In this video, I'm showing you 10 US whiskey brands to avoid and 5 you should actually try, starting with number 10, Proper Number 12. Proper Number 12 became one of the fastest growing whiskey brands in America after its 2018 launch, largely because of celebrity backing. But here's what they don't emphasize. It's bottled at 40% alcohol by volume, chill-filtered, and mass-produced for global distribution. There's no age statement, no detailed barrel transparency, and very little information about maturation specifics. Most reviews describe it as thin, light, and overly sweet with a short finish. That tells me the focus was smoothness for mass appeal, not complexity for real whiskey drinkers. When a bottle's identity is built more on marketing campaigns than aging process, I start questioning priorities. You're paying for a name, not necessarily craftsmanship. Number 9. Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey. Fireball is technically a flavored whiskey liqueur bottled at 33% alcohol by volume, which already puts it below standard bourbon proof. That burn you feel isn't coming from long barrel aging. It's coming from added cinnamon flavor compounds and sugar. In 2015, certain European markets recalled versions over propylene glycol labeling concerns. Now, propylene glycol is FDA approved in small quantities, but let's be honest. When we're talking about whiskey, most people expect grain, yeast, water, and oak. Not synthetic flavor stabilizers. This is engineered for shots and college parties, not for sipping slowly after dinner. It's sugar-driven, not barrel-driven, and if you care about traditional American whiskey structure, this isn't it. Number 8. Southern Comfort. Southern Comfort sits at 35% alcohol by volume and is legally classified closer to a flavored spirit than straight whiskey. It contains added sugar and flavoring, which explains the sweetness and smooth texture. That smoothness isn't from time spent aging in charred oak barrels. It's from dilution and additives. Real bourbon must be at least 51% corn and aged in new charred oak barrels. Southern Comfort bypasses much of that traditional structure. It's marketed as easy drinking, and sure, it is. But easy doesn't equal quality. If you're looking for real depth, complexity, and the kind of oak influence that takes years to develop, this bottle simply doesn't compete. Number 7. Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. Screwball clocks in at 35% alcohol by volume and relies heavily on added peanut butter flavoring and sugar to achieve its profile. It's technically a flavored whiskey product, not a traditional straight bourbon. The peanut flavor isn't derived from any natural barrel aging process, it's introduced after distillation. That means what you're tasting is lab-formulated sweetness layered over base spirit. And here's the issue. It's often priced around $30. For that same money, you can get age-stated bourbon with real maturation complexity. Innovation is fine, but when novelty becomes the primary selling point, you're no longer buying heritage craftsmanship, you're buying a trend. Number 6. Kentucky Gentleman. Kentucky Gentleman is a blended American whiskey bottled at 40% alcohol by volume. Blended whiskey often includes neutral grain spirits mixed with smaller amounts of aged whiskey, which reduces production costs significantly. The result? A lighter body, sharper alcohol presence, and minimal barrel depth. It's widely considered entry-level and often priced under $15. But even at that price, the flavor profile feels stripped down. There's very little oak complexity or layered spice. It drinks flat. Sometimes saving money up front means sacrificing the entire experience. And even if you're budgeting carefully, there are better options at similar price points that don't taste like compromise. Number 5. Hudson Baby Bourbon. Hudson Baby Bourbon is often marketed as small batch and craft, but here's the catch. It's aged in small barrels, sometimes as small as 3 gallons. Smaller barrels accelerate wood contact, which intensifies oak extraction, but doesn't replace time-based maturation. That means heavy wood notes without the rounded complexity you get from longer aging in standard 53-gallon barrels. It's often priced between $50 and $60. You're competing with established Kentucky distilleries aging bourbon for 6 to 10 years in traditional barrels. Paying premium pricing for accelerated aging doesn't always translate into premium flavor. Number 4. Jim Beam White Label. Jim Beam White Label is 4 years old and bottled at 40% alcohol by volume. It sells millions of cases annually and is produced at massive scale in Kentucky. It's consistent, yes, But consistency at that scale often means keeping flavors neutral and accessible. You get mild caramel, light vanilla, and a short finish. The problem isn't that it's bad, it's that it's uninspired. When you compare it to higher proof or longer aged options at similar price points, it feels diluted both literally and figuratively. Mass production prioritizes volume over uniqueness, and when you've been drinking bourbon long enough, you can taste that difference. Number 3. Jack Daniel's Old No. 7. Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 is charcoal mellowed through the Lincoln County process and bottled at 40% alcohol by volume. Brown-Forman produces over 12 million cases annually. That scale matters. Industrial-level production demands uniformity. Uniformity reduces risk, but it also reduces character. It leans sweet, light on oak complexity, and finishes quickly. It's approachable, but not bold. You're paying partly for the iconic bottle shape and history. When heritage becomes the main selling point and flavor takes a back seat to brand recognition, that's when I start thinking there are better values on the shelf. Number 2. Bulleit Bourbon. Bulleit Bourbon is owned by Diageo, one of the largest beverage conglomerates in the world. It's bottled at 45% alcohol by volume, which is respectable, but it carries no age statement on the standard bottle. High rye mash bill gives it spice, but production scale is massive. Transparency on sourcing and aging specifics remains limited. You're paying $35 to $40 in many US markets. Big corporate ownership doesn't automatically mean bad quality, but it does mean the priority is growth and distribution first, flavor distinction second. Number 1. Crown Royal. Crown Royal is one of the top-selling whiskeys in the United States, moving over 7 million cases annually. It's a blended Canadian whiskey bottled at 40% alcohol by volume. Blending allows for consistency, but often at the expense of boldness. The standard Crown Royal bottle is light-bodied, smooth, and short on finish. It's engineered for mass appeal, not complexity. Not intensity. When a product is produced at that industrial scale, the goal becomes uniformity and approachability, and that's exactly how it drinks. Smooth, yes, but without the depth you expect at its price. Now here's the thing. I'm not saying these brands are poison. I'm saying your money deserves better. When companies shrink portions, raise prices, and focus more on marketing than maturation, it shows in the glass. So let's talk about bottles that actually respect the craft. Number 5. Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace bourbon is bottled at 90 proof and produced at one of the oldest continuously operating distilleries in America, dating back over 200 years. It consistently wins awards, including medals at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. You get caramel, vanilla, subtle spice, and balanced oak. It's not overpowering, it's structured. And here's what really matters. It's usually priced around $25 to $30. That's value. No celebrity gimmicks, no novelty flavoring, just traditional mash bill, proper barrel aging, and reliable quality. When you open this bottle, you taste process, not marketing strategy. Number 4. Four Roses Single Barrel. Four Roses Single Barrel is bottled at 100 proof and uses one of their 10 proprietary recipes. That level of mash bill transparency is rare at this price point. Each barrel is individually selected, meaning you're not getting massive blending to smooth out personality. You get character. It regularly scores above 90 in Whiskey Advocate and other blind tastings. Priced around $45 to $50, yes, but you can taste the difference. Spice, fruit, oak, depth. This is what happens when a distillery prioritizes recipe precision over mass dilution. Number 3. Wild Turkey, 101. Wild Turkey. 101 is bottled at, you guessed it, 101 proof. That higher proof preserves flavor intensity rather than watering it down to stretch margins. Jimmy Russell has been master distiller for over 6 decades. That kind of continuity matters. It's bold, spicy, oak forward, and priced under $30 in most markets. You don't get gimmicks, you get tradition. And when something tastes strong but balanced, that's because it wasn't engineered for the widest possible audience. It was made for people who actually like bourbon. Number 2. Woodford Reserve. Woodford Reserve uses copper pot stills alongside column distillation, which adds depth to the spirit before it even touches a barrel. It's bottled at 90.4 proof and aged in new charred oak barrels, as required for straight bourbon. Brown-Forman owns it, yes, but quality control remains tight. You get dried fruit, toasted oak, cocoa notes, layered complexity. It consistently performs well in blind tastings and industry competitions. This is an example of a large company maintaining craftsmanship instead of flattening it for scale. Number 1. Michter's U.S. Star 1 Bourbon. Michter's focuses on small batch production and careful barrel selection. It's bottled at 91.4 proof and emphasizes patience in maturation. They are selective about bottling only barrels that meet flavor standards, not just time requirements. Priced around $45 to $50, it offers refined balance, smooth oak integration, and a long finish. It tastes intentional. When a company talks openly about maturation and barrel standards, and then delivers consistency without dilution, that's respect for the drinker. And at the end of the day, that's what this should be about.